All right. What do you say, Herman Cain? Is Hillary right? Or is she just appealing to the minority voters for her election campaign?
She is doing her best pandering to black voters.
Okay.
And I'm not so sure it's systemic as lack of accountability. You see, we have the same problem in a lot of our institutions. People want to call it systemic racism. No, it's a lack of accountability on the part of the people who are in charge of some of these things. I don't agree with her. It is just her pandering to black voters to try to keep them, quote, on the reservation, and she does this all the time.
What's interesting, if you go back in time, back when her husband was president, he passed the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994.
Right.
Those laws were seen as probably the most influential in building up the mass incarceration of minorities in prisons. She was out there campaigning for these laws.
Absolutely. And now she's saying we've got systemic racism and we've got to retrain police officers. How about let's make sure we change some of the laws that need to be changed first, and then we can hold people accountable for what they need to do.
Do you think Hillary is desperately now, in the face of Bernie Sanders, aligning herself more and more with President Obama's administration in order to try and attract that minority vote?
Absolutely. There's no question.
And is that
about
a strategy that will work?
No, it will not work, because what I'm learning from my callers to my radio show is that a lot of black voters, and they call and identify themselves and they say that they're black, they're not falling for Hillary's pandering, and they're not falling for the fact that because she's now trying to grab a hold of his coattail, they're not falling for that either.
But can I ask you this, and this is perhaps a microcosm. Look at Chicago.
Yes.
Voters in Chicago continually return Democratic control of that city, put people in place who then, we have the situation in Chicago, whether it be crime or the police action shootings. So won't these voters put Hillary, at least won't they back Hillary?
Some of them will. But what I'm saying is not all of them. People often talk about that the Democrats will get 90% of the vote or they'll get 95%. I'm saying that there's a big shift going on now.
When do you think those voters might actually hold the Democratic Party accountable for not serving them the way they've been told they're going to be served?
The ones that are in denial about the failure of Obama and all of the others, they won't get it.
Good stuff. Gentlemen, thank you very much. All right.